Many people are told that their thoughts are creating their symptoms, that if they stop fearing symptoms or think differently, that their body will recover. That's not what I see happening. Thoughts can create brief reactions in the body. That's normal. For example, you think of biting into a lemon, your mouth waters. You suddenly remember something embarrassing. You feel a momentary reaction. You think about speaking in public. Your heart rate goes up. But it's brief. And those are reactions. They're not sustained activation states. And they are not what drives chronic fatigue, ME, long COVID, anxiety, or ongoing energy disorders. Activation comes from the body, not from thinking. The body's signals arise first, before the mind starts explaining, before the narrative, before the analysis. The body detects something first, something unresolved, something misaligned, something that needs a response. And only after that does the mind start building a story around the whole experience. So people often assume, I thought something and then I felt something. But what actually happened is that the body signaled first. The mind simply arrived afterwards and tried to explain it. The body responds when something is unresolved, when something needs to change, something needs to stop, be expressed, something needs to be lived. And when those body signals are not responded to, activation continues. Now, this is where a lot of confusion exists. People are being taught that fear about symptoms perpetuates symptoms, that thinking about symptoms keeps the symptoms going. That's not what I see happening clinically. A person can think negatively for years without creating prolonged activation. And another person can think very little, yet still remain deeply activated in the body. Because the source is not the thinking. The source is the unresolved body signalling underneath it. The body activates and the mind narrates. Those are not the same thing. Your mind talks about experience, but your body creates the signal. And this is really important, because if people believe their thoughts are causing their symptoms, they begin monitoring and managing the head, the mind constantly. They become hypervigilant, trying to think correctly, trying not to fear, trying not to react. And very often, that pulls them further away from what the body is actually signaling. The body does not need thought management. It needs response. Clear response. So the real question really is not, what am I thinking? The real question is, what is my body signaling right now? What is the feeling? And when those signals are responded to directly and consistently, the activation state no longer needs to continue. And when activation settles, energy is no longer tied up maintaining it. It returns naturally to normal function. Now, if this makes sense to you, you may already be starting to see symptoms differently, not as something being created by the mind, but as something the body is still signalling. And if you'd like to go further into this, then I've created a series of courses that guide you step by step through how to recognize and respond to these signals. And you can find all the details about those in the description below. And I'd be genuinely interested to hear your thoughts on this. Thoughts. Does this resonate with your own experience? Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you next video when we're going to look at how does the body go about creating these signals. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.